Hi, welcome or welcome back to my decorating series. We're going to go inside, go to the 15th floor, and start with an art gallery vestibule this week. So, I've been thinking about this floor for quite a while, and as time has gone on, we've gotten more and more art pieces, including some very large statues. So, I have been thinking about putting an art gallery in the house. And because we have so many things and because so many of them are large, I decided to try an experiment of a whole floor being dedicated to an art gallery. So I decided to start with a vestibule because having a really nice entryway made sense to me. Real world art galleries and museums tend to have big hallways like this. As a central point, an entryway to get to some of the wings where, they do, kind of themed collections of art. So I wanted to make it simple. I wanted to experiment with kind of a narrow hallway shape, and I wanted to use these doorways because they kind of felt decorated on their own. And they're new. The side ones are from Wish Blossom Ranch, so they are really, really new to me, and I really thought that they fit this concept well. So I'm experimenting now with adding some windows and curtains like I usually like to do, but I really have to fight my urges in this space to go over the top and put too much in it because the other three rooms are going to be very similar to each other, and I didn't want to do too much repeating. So instead of putting a ton of art in here, I wanted to put things like pillars, curtains, banners, and just make it feel like a place where you could, start and go to a wing, come back, go to another wing, and just have kind of this like palette cleanser type of room in between. So now I'm looking for banners to fill in the spaces between these pillars. And I decided to go with the Sleeping Beauty ones because they give me a little bit more flexibility on where I can put them. They're not stuck to the wall. I did want to put a couple of statues in here. I didn't want it to be completely devoid of art. But again, I wanted to keep it as simple as possible because this is not a main viewing room. This is the in-between space. So I needed it to be bright and kind of spacious feeling, even though it's kind of narrow because I made it into a hallway shape. And oh man, those chandeliers are so bright. I mean, I love them, but holy cow. So now I'm trying to get a sense of what might be missing. I did look at some more statues just to see if maybe something struck my fancy besides the ones that I did put down first, but a lot of them are just way too big. I also thought about some more decorative pieces to go in between the pillars, but a lot of that stuff felt like it was too bulky or like it might take up too much room. So I do my normal scrolling, but I'm really trying to limit myself and keep it clean and simple in here. Yep, just trying to look for anything. I always like to look for anything just in case I forgot. But something I did want to include is some seating. If you've ever been to an art gallery or museum and stood for any length of time staring at art, you know that your feet can get very tired. So I did want to include some place to rest. I think I'll probably do that in the other spaces too, but just in case, I didn't want to be devoid of some level of comfort so people can rest in the in-between. I don't know. Maybe it's too much real life stuff that I'm thinking of, but it seemed appropriate to include a bench. So now I needed to fill some space where the pillars were that I removed because the benches I chose were a little bit bigger, took up a little bit more space. So now I'm messing around with symmetry, seeing if I need to remove more pillars, seeing if I need to move the statues. I decide to use some mirrors to fill the spaces above the benches, but I leave the pillars uneven because I didn't like removing too many of them. All right, well, let's go inside and check it out. So I will admit that I'm a bit nervous about committing an entire floor to one concept. It's not like the other spaces where they've all been kind of connected. This is kind of trying to do the same space 3 different times. I am glad that this room is different than the other rooms will end up being, because it gives me like kind of a good basis to start from. I'm a little nervous that there might not be quite as much art and stuff to fill the other rooms as I'm thinking there is, but only time will tell. So I am interested to see if I can make the different galleries feel different from each other, or if they'll all end up feeling kind of the same. I don't know if we have enough varieties of art to really make it feel kind of like a museum would feel, where it's either different eras or different countries or different cultures. But I'm excited to experiment in this way. It's definitely very different than all of the other spaces have been so far. And the further we get in these builds, the more I feel like I have to take chances just to see what we can come up with. That's it for today's decorating adventure. If you liked this video, a thumbs up is a great way to let me know, and a subscription will keep you up to date on my latest shenanigans. If you want to hang out with me live, I stream on YouTube and Twitch on Thursday evenings and middays on Sunday. I hope you have a lovely day, night, time, wherever you are, whenever you are. And I'll see you next time.